Welcome to this explainer on the first conditional. If you're a Brazilian English learner at the A2 level, you're exactly where you need to be. Today, we're going to focus on how to talk about real, possible future events. We'll look at how to actually build these sentences and, crucially, how to avoid a really common mistake for Portuguese speakers. Let's jump in.
Here's our agenda for today. 1. Imagining your future. 2. The course structure. 3. Modals and Certainty. 4. Zero versus first conditional. And 5. The common mistake.
Section 1. Imagining your future. So, picture a young professional looking at a fancy new suit. If you get a high-paying job, what are the actual, real consequences for your future? Well, if you get that job, you'll have more cash to spend, right? You'll be able to travel first class, but, you might also end up paying higher taxes. We use the first conditional to link a present situation to a very real future consequence. Section 2. The core structure. So, how do we actually build this? The first conditional describes real, specific future events that are very possible. It's not for dreaming about impossible things. It's for real, tangible situations. Basically, if this condition happens, then this result will happen. The formula is basically a simple two-part puzzle. First, the condition starts with if and uses the present simple tense, like if I miss the bus. Second, the result uses the future simple tense. I will take the train. Condition plus result. It's super straightforward. But notice the slightly tricky hidden meaning with the tenses. The condition uses the present tense word, miss, but the meaning is actually entirely about a specific event in the future. So you're using the present simple form, but you're really talking about tomorrow, or maybe later tonight. Now there's a strict punctuation rule you really gotta remember. When you start with the if condition, like, if I'm late, I'll call you, you absolutely must use a comma. But you can completely reverse the order. You can say, I'll call you if I'm late. When the result comes first, you just drop the comma. The meaning stays exactly the same. Section 3. Modals and Certainty. Sometimes you just aren't 100% sure, so instead of using will, we swap in modal verbs. You can use going to for a really strong plan. If I see her, I'm going to invite her. You can use may for formal permission, though honestly can is way more common for everyday permission. If you eat your vegetables, you can play in the garden. And finally, you can use should for giving advice. If you feel ill, you should rest. When you're predicting the future, how confident are you? Will gives you absolute 100% certainty. Should drops to around 75%. May is basically a coin toss at 50%. And might is way down at 25%, just a really small possibility. Let's map this out to real life. Saying he will be 18 on Tuesday is a 100% certain fact. He may get a laptop is a 50-50 guess. It might rain means there's only a 25% chance. And keep in mind, should is only ever used for positive expectations. We'd say it should be fine weather, but we'd never say he should fail the exam. Think about joining a gym. If you join a gym, you might get in shape. By using might, that 25% level, we know it's a small possibility, definitely not a guarantee, because obviously just joining doesn't magically work. You actually have to go and put in the effort.
Section 4. Zero versus first conditional.
Okay, these two conditionals get confused all the time. The zero conditional is strictly for general facts that apply to the whole world, like scientific laws. The first conditional, on the other hand, puts the spotlight on a specific, real situation for a specific person right now. Let's look at a really concrete example. When we say if you drink too much soda, you get fat, both parts are in the present simple. That is the zero conditional. The you just means everybody, people in general. But if we add will, if you drink too much soda, you'll get fat, now we're using the first conditional. Now I'm directly warning a specific person about their specific future. Section 5. The common mistake. Now, this is a trap that catches so many Brazilian students. If I will miss the bus, I will take the train. Actually, scratch that. This is completely wrong. In Portuguese, you often use a future form in the if clause, like se eu for or se chover. Because of that translation, Brazilian learners naturally want to shove will inside the English if clause. But in English, you absolutely cannot do this. The correct form is always, if I miss the bus, I will take the train. Always, always keep the present simple inside the if clause. I miss, I am late, you drink. Just lock that if clause in the present tense and save the will for the result. And that brings us to the end. I'm going to leave you with this question to test yourself. If you review this explainer again, what new detail will you notice? Think about how you construct your conditions and results, and make sure you avoid that Brazilian Portuguese translation trap. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep building those grammar skills.